Okay then. Oh, all right. Why would you do that? My so-called friend Ed Barker. Alright, soft cunt. You just got to do it, is all. It's one of those things. It was really bitter that evening. It was November. Raining, like it always seemed to be at night, round our way at that time of year, and bitter. Jimmy Collins was my best mate, but he always called me a soft cunt, right from when we was little. And then all the others used to call me it as well. I fucking hated it. I wanted to be hard. The best thing in the world you could be was hard. Jimmy was hard. It only happened because Jimmy's cousin was at the same school as one of their lot, and this other kid who was one of them, he said his brother had seen me looking at him, and it was only because I was always with Jimmy that he'd fucking do me next time he saw me on my own. So Jimmy says, get in first. You've got to get in first. And if I did, I knew no one would call me a soft cunt again, or look at me or nothing. That night we all piled in the old Alma pub at the end of the market, which was still there then. We had money from bits of burglary and thievery and that, and they knew us in there, so we could always get served. In the corner of the public bar was that old grandad, the one with the limp and the old war medals, who was always in there with his half a Guinness he'd ponched off one of the stall holders. Stupid old fucker, always going on about how we never knew nothing and the war. And Chaz, who was the comedian, he says to him, what fucking war was that? The Boer War? The Boer War, what a laugh. And old Grandad, he just says you have to be hard in the trenches, boy. That's enough of that, Corporal Jones, Chaz shouts at him. And we all piss ourselves. Corporal Jones. So we have a few, get a bit larded up anyway. I had that flip knife I got on our school trip to Jersey. You could buy them there then. I never brought it out before. Anyway, we all bowled down to their flats, all shouting and singing down the street. Where are you? Where are you? Like at the football, with me and Jimmy out in front. The way the blade went in him so easy, like he weren't there, like he'd already gone. And he looks at me, like he's about to smile, and I was his mate or something, and he'd just seen me in the street. Me, his mate, silly fucker. What are you smiling for? But he never smiled. He made this sort of noise. He slumped down on his knees, holding his chest. Then I shouted at him, who are you going to do now? Who are you going to do now? Then one of the others shouts, split, and we legs it. We get back to the bottom of C staircase in our flats, where we always met up and that. I was really fucking out of breath with running, and I says, did you see him? Did you see him? And as I say it, I start giggling. I can't stop. And every time I go to say something, I just start giggling again. And I say, did you see him? Start giggling again, giggling. Then Jimmy says, for fuck's sake, stop giggling, you soft cunt. There's a moral in that somewhere. But there is a few who are perspicuous. I'll just read two more. Good one in here somewhere. Some of our friends are here, some of our personal friends, as it were. You know, we sold our flat recently. It's called the house sale. Take your filthy cash and your Algerian finance. Leave my house alone, leave it. I'll let it to myself. Safe forever, secluded here in its serial pasts. Buy it, you bastard, buy it. But don't begin to try to possess it. Do not dare to develop it, damn you, or a liking for it. Give me what I want and I will wish you dead for doing so. It is mine. I live here. Die. Now that's the way to negotiate with an Algerian. Okay, last one is an elegy to my late great friend Michael Donkey. It's called Once. I've never seen you stand more gracefully than at the corner of the new century, when we were expecting portents and encountered merely the slow, somnolent march of young men, the hell-bent kind, as they moved across into full disillusionment with no more than a wince. Your strained countenance announced for us all the right attitude to strike, that of the wounded in a land of thorough well-being. You were like Christ on one of his last visits home before he departed for his Father's house, somewhere over the clouds, which might be Nebraska or the Sea of Japan or any one of those alternative heavens we've come to adore from the travel posters. I, for one, never doubted you, you madman. Never once thought you were anything other than what you allowed your devotees to claim you to be. I have known genius, and I have known lunacy. And this was a kind of genius for lunacy. When you fell, you made sure it was a long, long way.